everybody, how's it going today? Hope you're doing well and hope you're staying warm, because it's definitely not warm here. It's about minus 18 today, and I know you're usually used to seeing me out in the garage, but today I just, circumstances beyond my control, can't do it out there today. So that's why I'm in here, in front of a blank wall in the basement. But anyway, I guess you've seen the title to the video. You know what I am trading in, the Fatboy for, 2023 Lowrider S. And I had a few people, more than a few, I guess, have some guesses as to what I was going to be getting. Most of them were for the Road King and the Breakout, which were two good guesses. There is one for the Street Glide, I believe, but I'm just not into the touring thing right now. I'm really not a big fairing guy, I guess, to begin with. So, and the Road King, well, I've done some videos on Road Kings before. I've talked about how much I like them. I've had one in the past, but again, just not into the touring at this point. And the Breakout was a good guess as well. I have to admit, I did kind of look into it. But at the same time, I don't know, I do like that chrome engine. A couple things for me was that big front wheel. I think it's a 21-inch wheel. Doesn't really do it for me on that bike. To me, it looks a little bit too big for it. That's just my opinion, very subjective. And actually the price as well. It's more expensive than the Lowrider and more expensive than the Fatboy too. So, but before I get on to the actual reasons for getting the Lowrider, I guess I'll address kind of the elephant in the room, and that's why not the Fatboy this time. Now, I've had four Fatboys. I usually get Fatboys. I put more miles on a Fatboy than any other bike. But in 2022, they kind of came up with a couple things I didn't really care for. And again, this is subjective, just my opinion, which really means nothing. They came out with the slotted wheels, which I didn't really care for that much. I'm kind of more interested in the solid wheels. When I think Fatboy, that's what I think of, as those solid wheels. Also the tank badging, I wasn't a big fan of. I like the double wing. I actually like the classic, kind of military-esque, Air Force-esque badging, and I kind of wish they'd bring that back. Now, I could change the badging on the tank if I got it 2022, but I just didn't want to go through the hassle of it. Also, another reason was the paint. I wasn't a big fan of the paint schemes of the last couple years. The only paint job I really liked was, I guess, the 120th anniversary. They have a nice paint job on there, but for the price the dealers are going to want for that bike and just trying to get a hold of one, good luck. Not happening for this guy. One other one was the front tire wear, because it's wearing uneven, and I've had a lot of people comment on why that is with the Fatboy. But when a dealership is telling me that, oh, that's just normal wear, it's like, well, if the tires are going to start wearing unevenly, it might be time to start looking at a little bit different model. So when I was thinking about, what I would even trade in against, I'm not going to get a Sportster. I'm not an adventure bike rider, so it's not going to be a Pan America. I'm not into touring much anymore. I don't go on big, long trips, and the price tag that comes with those touring models, a little pricey for me right now too. So it's going to be a cruiser. And I looked through the cruiser line, and I've always kind of paid attention to the Lowrider, especially over the past couple of years. And I had it in the back of my head that this might be a bike I would look at getting the next time around. So the first reason I got it, or I'm getting it, is that 117 engine. So I thought this time I'm going to go with a little more performance-based, whereas the Fatboy I find to be more of a stylistic bike. Now, on paper, it's not a huge bump in horsepower or torque. It's only 3 extra cubic inches, but it is also a little bit lighter of a bike. It's going to be more agile. It has the slimmer tires, better lean angle, should handle better, but we'll see. So I went a little bit more with the performance side this time. Also, the look of the bike. Now, I really like the way this bike looks, and usually I'm not big on blacked out engines and things like that, but on some bikes, on some models, it seems to work. And on this bike, to me, it works. And my bike is going to be black, so it'll be completely blacked out. And I just think it has that badass look to it, even though it is all blacked out. So look was another one. The other reason would be the price. The lowrider comes in a little less than the Fatboy, and I thought that would be nice to have a bike that's maybe even a little bit cheaper. It's definitely not a cheap bike, but it's a little less inexpensive than the Fatboy. So basically the main reasons I went with that bike are three: performance, looks, and price. They all kind of had what I was looking for. And that's why, I guess other than that, I just kind of wanted a bit of a change. You know, a lot of times you don't want to get the same model over and over again, and that's what I had been doing with the Fatboys, Fatboy to Fatboy to Fatboy. So I just kind of felt like I needed a bit of a change, and we'll see how it goes. ETA on the bike getting here. They're having to order it in from the factory. There is one waiting there to be shipped, I guess. They're telling me anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks to get it into the dealership. Then they're going to have a couple days of putting stuff on it that I want, and then they're going to have to deliver it here. So of course, once it gets here, I will take you guys through it all and everything that I had them do to it. I probably won't even be able to ride it at that point because there'll probably still be a pile of snow and ice on the ground, but hoping that it would be here around later March would be my guess, maybe even early April, but we'll see. So for now, we'll just take it from here and see how it goes. But anyway, hope you guys are staying warm, and we'll see you later.